Welcome to the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, May 5th, 2010. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Finis Monitor today, we'll catch up with Swimming World TV producer Garrett McCaffrey, who's on the pool deck for the Irish Nationals, where 51 of America's up-and-coming junior swimmers were competing. Garrett should have been back in the States by now, but another volcanic eruption has kept him in the Green Isle. And Garrett joins us right now in the Finis Monitor from Dublin. Garrett, how you doing, buddy?
It's good, but it's the Emerald Isle, PB. Emerald Isle.
Emerald Isle. Well,
there you go.
Close enough. Well, what else did you learn over there in Ireland?
I've learned a lot about, being on deck and what it's like for these kids to come on these trips and be around new teammates, and had an extra day of training where there was no meet looming ahead, so they really got to get after it. And especially with a trip that's been a little longer than expected, you see some emotion, and you see some competitiveness, and you see a little edginess between the guys and even some of the girls, and it turned out to be really competitive in practice, and it was a pretty impressive day of practice, even though it was a pretty long day of practice.
All right, we last spoke to you on Friday of last week. What happened over the weekend that really turned some heads at the pool?
I think Andy Hunter, I believe his name is, from Great Britain, and I don't have the heat sheet in front of me, and it was Saturday night when he actually swam lights out in that 400 freestyle. Was pretty impressive. Barry Murphy, who is a University of Tennessee swimmer, he made his European cut in the 50 freestyle with a 22.7, and so those were some impressive times. And you saw the meat kind of wearing on people, but you still saw some very fast swimming from some kids. They did the medley relay, on Saturday night. So it was the 400 medley relay, and you had three American guys, despite the fact that they had two of them had just gotten out of the 200 backstroke. You had three of them battling it out, touching within I think it was less than a tenth of a second, maybe 3/100ths of a second. So these guys are competitive, and they take pride in it. One of the names that I really felt stood out after Saturday's swims was Jack Conger. He won the 100 backstroke in a 57.8. He won the 200 backstroke in a 2:03, and the kid's just 15 years old. We did a practice, like I said, that extra practice, and part of it was working with Bob Gillett on some underwaters. And, he is one of the leading people, with Missy Hyman obviously being such a huge influence on the underwaters that they actually changed the rules. So he gave a pretty cool little, almost a clinic on underwaters. And Conger isn't noted for his underwaters by any means. He's a 144.0 200 backstroke short course yards, but he has trouble breaking 50 in the 100 backstroke. And he's got a natural feel for the underwater after it was explained to him by Bob. I think that this kid is going to be amazing. I really think Jack Conger, already 2:03 at age 15, has nothing but the sky is the limit for him as a backstroker. He's got Pearsall's records in his sight this summer for the 15 age group, and I think that he could possibly be, on that level.
Is this something that this NCSA Junior All-Star team will likely do next year and in years to come, or was this a one-time thing?
No, they did it 3 years ago in Hawaii. It's just a matter of getting the funding together, and there's talk all week about different ways that we can get the funding together and make this happen, because there needs to be more trips like this, and this needs to happen for a lot more swimmers, because it really is eye-opening. And although it's not directly a USA swimming trip, it is a team from the United States coming and representing their country, and the more kids we can get doing that, the more kids we can get understanding the importance and that feeling and that pride, I think the better our international swimming will be for years to come.
When are they going to let you get out of there?
Open by the time this aired, probably today. I'm hoping that by the time you guys are watching this back home, we are already on the plane and headed home. And that's the game plan. They've been letting flights out all afternoon, so hopefully that continues through tomorrow, and we're supposed to get out of here around 9, and then there's a group getting out at 10, so hopefully tomorrow.
All right, good luck, buddy. Thanks.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, that's Garrett McCaffrey joining us, hopefully one last time from Dublin. And that's it for the show today. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.